It's incredible. In order to allow Pakistanis to use affordable and durable teapots, this leading workshop in Peshawar uses the sugar porcelain technology introduced from abroad to produce sugar porcelain teapots with super cost effectiveness. The new roll of iron sheet in front of you is the raw material for making teapots. First, the 82-year-old white-haired guy will use a circular template to mark on the iron sheet in turn. Then the guy will take out the 182-year-old tetanus iron scissors and start cutting the iron sheet. Because it is difficult to cut a circle manually, it is necessary to cut the iron sheet into a honeycomb shape along the marked line and then cut it into a single hexagon for further processing. After the iron sheet is cut, the guy will put it on the trimming machine so that the trimming machine can quickly cut the iron sheet into a standard circle. After the iron sheet is processed, it can be transferred to the stamping station. Here, the worker will put the iron sheet in the stamping machine and carefully adjust the position of the iron sheet before starting the stamping machine to stamp and shape the iron sheet. In this process, the iron sheet will be stamped into a cup shape in the concave mesh. However, the appearance at this time does not meet the requirements of teapot production. Next, the cup body needs to be fixed to the cliff machine so that when the motor drives the cup body to rotate at high speed, the shaping wheel on the steel rod can be used to further shape the cup body. This process requires gradually shaping the cup body into the required pot body shape. At the same time, the edge of the pot mouth is cut flat with a turning tool. After the pot body is completed, the worker will put the pot body on the punch press and use the punch to quickly punch 4 small holes on the pot body to serve as the water outlet of the teapot. At the same time, the spout on the other side is also being produced. The worker will put the iron sheet into the punching machine and use the punching machine to punch the iron sheet into the shape of the spout. However, a complete spout is made of 2 pieces of iron sheets, so the spout needs to be welded next. This process seems to be relatively simple, but it actually requires extremely strong welding experience to make a very perfect spout. Then it needs to be spliced and fixed to the body of the pot. The worker will initially weld the spout to the body of the pot and then use welding rods to completely fill the joint between the two to ensure the overall connection strength while ensuring that there is no leakage at the joint. Then the worker will place the teapot handle in the appropriate position on the pot body and use a spot welding machine to weld and fix it together. In this way, the overall structure of the teapot is completed. Next, the teapot needs to be surface treated. Before the formal treatment, the teapot needs to be placed in a heating furnace for annealing. By heating the teapot to a state of overall ventilation and then taking it out for natural cooling, the purpose of enhancing its mechanical properties is achieved. The main purpose is to remove impurities and oil stains on its surface to ensure that the surface of the teapot is smooth and clean. Then the teapot can be glazed. The worker will put the teapot into the glaze and then rotate and shake it so that the excess glaze will flow down along the wall of the cup to form a glaze layer of appropriate thickness on its surface. Next, when the glaze on the surface of the teapot is dry, it needs to be placed on the firing rack in turn and then placed in the heating furnace for high temperature firing. When the temperature in the furnace reaches 700 to 77 degrees, the glaze on the surface of the teapot will bond with the internal metal substrate to form a dense sugar porcelain layer. After the teapot is fired, the sugar porcelain on its surface will gradually show the dark green color of the glaze layer. Next, when the teapot is completely cooled, it can be carefully packaged. So after watching the whole process, how many friends have used this kind of sugar porcelain cup?